的付出，还有凡夫的苦。这道光也照亮了人人心里的黑暗。佛陀60小节不起于坐，白毫相光照亮8000万世界，描述的是佛陀心灵的开阔，能够包容长短的时间，还能够包容大小的乾坤。无论时间有多长，一念心不动，那始终还是如一。上人让我感动的是，在这55年的信愿行中，没有让时间与空间成为了障碍，前脚走，后脚放，但记忆中还是莫忘那一年，莫忘那一人。虽然这是末法时期，但是上人看到了人人本具的佛性，那个本性在佛不增，在凡不减，它永远存在。平常会觉得净土离我们很远，却是在此际要预约净土到人间。只要启发本性，就能包容一切的时空与人。启发本性需要大忏悔，我自己常常像序品里面写的，一切所愿不得现前，因为祈愿得到的只是物质与短暂的快乐，造成了很多的苦。夏威夷分会的演绎将要说出在忏悔与发愿中成就的无私、无始终清净愿。
灵鹫山上法会不散，说法景象经常跃然，人无虚虚，万物灿然，菩萨云集，佛国庄严，如来说法寺中赞叹，一幅幅动人的画面，一声声真诚的呼唤，千百亿劫以来，仿若是今再现。灵鹫山上法会不散，说法
It's about to start, right? So. Sister, now start one, huh? Well, later, right? 8:30 ah.
In 2 minutes time, the music will start. Then after the 2 songs, I will introduce you, Sister Evie.
So I will go
Yeah.
on.
Thank you.
听不见幸福的节奏，说不出悲伤的缘由，只因我已化身牵手里，舞动人生不空过。不曾为艰辛而停留，不曾为命运而低头，只因我已化身牵手里，为了奉献而婆娑。看那生命的缺陷，演出无憾的完美，舞着柔软的勇气，绽放大爱的 生命的悲苦，因为善让生命美丽，因为爱让生命延续，因为慈悲让生命宽广，因为感恩让生命欢喜，因为善让生命美丽，因为爱让生命延续，因为慈悲让生命宽广，因为感恩让生命欢喜。Ku gembira bila dengar tawamu, hatiku pun sedih bila kau menangis. Ku harapkan dukungan darimu, cinta dan kasihmu menguatkan hatiku. Kita satu keluarga, saling bersyukur, saling
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Blossom Wisdom this week. And today we are very honored to have Sister Ify to share with us Master of Love and Mercy. This is actually one of my favorite books of all time. As a master always believed, all life deserves to be respected and all beings need to be loved. And she strongly believed that only by treating others with kindness and love, one can lead a happy and peaceful life. We can't hear what Sister Ify going to bring us tonight. Over to you, Sister Ify.
Okay, thank you, Sister Shireen, and good evening, sisters and brothers around present. I'm referring to page 8. Master Chen Yuan is the Master of Love and Mercy. So let us listen. This page that caught my attention. It says that the act of asking for things from others can cause disappointment and distress, while the deed of giving can only result in happiness and satisfaction. It is a privilege to extend our helping hand to people, regardless of who or what they are. Love and mercy transcends races, nationalities, and geographical distance. And we owe our hearty thanks to all receivers because it is their unfortunate condition that makes it possible for us to know the joy of giving. So, next, please. So it's always happiness, happy to able to contribute and serve others, especially during the recent massive flood happened in Klang in KL, and we have mobilized few thousands of volunteers and public that have joined this cleaning, and we can hear their joys, they were sharing until today, since December 18th. So this is what Master Chen Yuan have been teaching us, that willing to reach out to suffering beings will bring us joy. But only by involving ourselves, then only we can feel the joy inside us. Next, please. Next year, this book is about Jingsi Award. It's the first English written by American, Chinese American, and this is the first book that will lead us to understand Master Chen Yuan better, and it also will give us some glimpse of Tzu Chi 55 years ago, how his humble beginnings. So as the Master's followers, we come from all walks of life, but while visiting here, we all work hard. A graceful lady said as she looked up under a coolie hat. She then pointed at the nuns working around her. They work much harder. It is the Master's teaching that she and her ordained or novice nuns must earn their daily morsel with a full day's work. This is a very common situation in Jingsi about if we were to be back in our spiritual home. This is our spiritual home. It's our God Sifus, they do not go out for offerings or collect alms. They all depend on their daily work. They wake up from morning 4 a.m. and work till night. You see, so it's something like one no meal, no work, no meal. You see, so this is a thing that caught my attention, that I'm holding up to it, that touched me deeply. Next, please. And then how Tzu Chi, this Jingsi board started, how they have this building. So Tzu Chi Foundation actually was established on the March 24, 1966, with only 30 active housewives. So they go around like putting 5 cents, Taiwan 5 cents into the bamboo bank before they go out to do their groceries every morning. This is to help the needy, to do charity. So this is our Master Chen Yuan's compassion. From young, she has this compassionate heart. And she stayed in this Hualien to do the first charity mission. So here, she was telling her disciples 55 years ago, this 30 housewife, they do accordingly because they love the master very much. So all these bamboo bank, they are helping the local case, because back then in Hualien here, it's a very remote area where they are very short of medical assistance. So master always, master renamed this organization. Su means love, and kindness is Ji, love and kindness. And then Ji means mercy. That means Siji is compassion, love, kindness, and mercy. So next, please. So actually building this Jingzi Abode, our masters lived a very frugal life during the early years with her disciples. She has 6 disciples. So they do not have enough to eat. They have to sleep at the on the floor. So here we understand that from this book, we get to know Master Chen Yuan early life. She were in debt, and they do not have a place to stay. And there's a day when their heart were gone. They were living in a room borrowed from the owner of the Puming Temple. Right now, if any one of you go back, you still see the Puming Temple still exists. Huh? They paid for the piece of the land owned by them, taking 31,000. And then this is the Master's Chen Yuan, her mother. Her mother gave her the support with the money. So how they go on with their life, that means they plant nuts, and count the harvest and plan to eat some. They plan to eat a little, and then the rest is sell just to get money to pay for the loan, and also to help the people, needy people. So there was a time they went away to somewhere, and when they came back 2 weeks later, their harvest was all gone, were dried out. So they were standing there crying, you see. So the 5 of them stood there beyond control. They were staring at the field, crying non-stop. Only our Master Chen Yuan, she was very composed. She she was having a straight, very stiff lips, staring at the field, but unwilling to give in a defeat. That means she's very determined. Nothing can obstruct her. Next, please. She struggled with no choice. So the next one, we'll see that our Jingzi Abode, this spiritual home, which is still around now until today, is from the construction from earlier. Some borrowed money, and some was from a very compassionate contractor that paid the debt, paid for all the building materials. And this simple abode is a very significant and icon in the world now, in Suchi's world. It's a very simple temple in a Japanese style, with an assembly hall, altar, kitchen, and a bathroom with plenty of closet. During that time, there was limited space. So our master do not have enough money, but they need a place to stay. So the mother gave her some money, and they started off to build this part of it, and then the other part is to pay for the loan. So there are kind-hearted contractors that paid the rest of the expenses. So in all, they still need to survive, right? So this is from the account that from this book that we learned from the first disciple of Master Chen Yuan, that is a Master De Zi. She's the one who the closest to Master, and from the beginning, she knows the origin, how tough life was then. So here we know that they owe 240,000 NT dollars, but eventually masters work hard, with the disciples by sewing these shoes, baby shoes, planting nuts and all that. You see, so they live a very frugal life in the beginning, very simple, but they work hard just to pay off the loan. Next, please. So now we can see that this master, she was talking to the visitor. She said she must go back to work now because they have not forgotten what Master Chen Yan taught them. Master Chen Yan taught them that without a day's work, one does not earn a day's food. So even though she's older, but she's got used to eating, have no intention to have no intention to relax, So this is what the master's teaching about. Master is a compassionate. She's very compassionate towards her disciples, but she stingy on herself. So this is also the legacy that have been brought down 35 years ago until the story of the Myanmar people when they don't have money, right? They use the rice, 1 scoop of rice before they cook. They will save 1 scoop of rice every day. So it's very synonymous with the Master Chen Yan's legacy of the bamboo bank, 5 cents a day. Next. So Master was telling them that, from the story here, they need to practice eat 80% food and the 20% with each other people well. 8分饱2分助别人好. This is very a tagline around Tzu Chi's in the abode. So now we shall see Tzu Chi has been in many, many countries because due to our Master Chen Yan's great love and mercy for all, we have crossed borders, have helped so many countries beyond races. Shall we play a video now? Let's see how Tzu Chi has set its footprints in so many countries and have touched so many people's heart. And this is the compassion from
Tzu Chi's footprints of humanitarian aid have reached over 94 countries and regions since 1966.
It's touching to have people that care, that don't even know me.
I'm trying not to cry, but I appreciate all y'all do for me and everybody.
As we offer humanitarian aid around the globe, we spread the message that true giving is giving with gratitude while asking for nothing in return.
If the Tzu Chi family around the world is giving so much to Sierra Leone, why shouldn't I sacrifice even more being a Sierra Leonean?
Our volunteers respond quickly when disaster strikes, distributing cash cards and emergency supplies, and offering moral support.
When we say it, we do it.
We aim to be the first to arrive and the last to leave.
Wonderful people are here ready to help, so thank you so much for coming out to help.
Our aid begins with immediate relief and continues with mid-term support and long-term aid.
When you don't have a blanket and you don't have nothing left and somebody cares enough, we have nothing, but we have love.
Serving the underprivileged through charity is central to our path.
Tzu Chi's gone much more beyond just meeting the physical and nutritional needs of our families. They're meeting this heart need of, hey, there's hope.
We operate permanent and mobile food banks and provide meals, clothing, school supplies, and other essentials for those in need, while our scholarship awards help college dreams come true.
This is wonderful for our students because they're going to go back to school with a new backpack and healthy food.
Our charity programs aid disadvantaged families and communities, as well as people sometimes underserved, including the homeless, elderly, migrant workers, immigrants, and refugees.
Okay, push.
we tend to the healthcare needs of people around the world and operate hospitals and permanent clinics. Our mobile clinics and medical outreach events expand the scope of our care.
Older students that have been undiagnosed now had the opportunity to receive glasses, and there has been marked improvement, not only in their academics, but also in their confidence level.
I couldn't really see the words. I got headaches and everything. Hopefully no more headaches.
With free checkups, vision and dental care, cancer screenings, and more.
Gave me one of the biggest gifts of all. I can smile at my grandkids now.
We are dedicated to reaching underprivileged and underserved families and communities so that nobody gets left behind. The Tzu Chi Path of Love and Service began in Taiwan in 1966, and it began with our founder, Dharma Master Cheng Yen. Making a vow to relieve human suffering, this devout nun joined forces with 30 housewives who were inspired to help those in need and started saving a few cents daily, collecting the funds in coin banks made of bamboo. The spirit of giving as a way of life is what guides us until today. To give is to receive. And everywhere we go, the receiver of aid soon becomes the giver. Paying the love forward with our bamboo banks. Let's join hands and walk this path of care and service together. Because united, our love saves.
Tzu Chi forma parte de nuestra familia y del Ecuador entero.
Yo quiero ser voluntaria de Tzu Chi. Los amo.
Next. So, brothers and sisters, you can see how vast our master's heart is, and she has been teaching us every day. And we volunteers from Tzu Chi, we are now passing down this to benefit more people. And this book is a very unique book. We can know that from young, our dear master, she have already have this compassion since young, right? So now here, this page, in one of this book, they were going through trying to find a deity, right? Because from hearsay, when they were in a marketplace, they heard someone that, way down in the mountain, there is some supernatural power, magician or at the top of the mountain. So our young master during that time, she was eager, and she joined 4 nuns, her friends, and 2 men, to go to their mountain area. But during the journey, it was a very unexpected journey. So they were encountering many problems because, along the way, the water sitting until to their chest level. Imagine that 4 of them, the nuns, they'll just be their bare clothes, and they were being swept under the current. They feel something pulling. In this book, you can read that what happened during that time when she was adventuring out. What she had gone through. Her bravery and her courage in falling to a man that she hardly know. So you can see how the innocent, simply because she wants to know, is there a guardian up there? Is there a deity up there that can help suffering beings? So along the way, when she encountered the currents and the stench of smell around her, because they were wading through the water under groove, passing by all those very dark corners, So she encountered, and she was having the fear inside. So she prayed inside her heart, our dear master, she prayed inside her heart during them, but she had no religion. She had no religion then. So she said, I will grasp your courage, my fearless Buddha. I will imitate your endurance, my goddess of mercy. And I will assimilate your bravery, my guardian of earth. So these three bodhisattva gave our dear master the strength during that time. Unknowingly, until today, unknowing that these three bodhisattva is now that is leading Suchi, you know. So they ventured through, and when the old man, because there are two men following them, the old man, quite a very decent man, and she's a wise man. So when he heard young master Chen Yan was saying these prayers, he was amazed. He was saying that, my dear child, you may look funny, with your long hair and a nun's robe, but you certainly know how to pray. That's it. A true Buddha never says, grant me this or grant me that, So imagine our dear young master, during her 20s then, she have this wisdom and this strength, to pray, and not seeking for herself, for her self benefit, but for because a group of them was venturing into the mountains to seek to see the deity, right? So along the way, they met a lot of turbulence time inside. Next. So here over in one of these page in this book, I love this one. Beginning, I do not understand what it means, so I read it many times. The first time, because our dear Master Cheng Yan, she's the head of the family, the eldest in the family, and she's an adopted child by her uncle, and then she's been well loved, adored by her parents, adopted parents. So she's in charge of the grocery every morning. She had a driver to fetch her to the market. So she used to buy the groceries for the whole family. And she's doing this for years. And one day she met someone, this person is called her friend, Kind Cloud Sephora, in one of the temple nearby. She asked the woman, please tell me, what kind of women are the most fortunate under heaven, and that's under the sky? What kind of woman? So the nun was telling her, the most fortunate women are those carrying grocery basket. She told our young master Chen Yan at that time. Her name was Chen Yan, a teenage name. So our young master Chen Yan was saying, she was doing this every day. That is strange. I carry a grocery basket every day. Why didn't I feel fortunate? As a matter of fact, I feel miserable. Our young master was feeling, just from her bottom of her heart, she knew miserable. So then the kind Cloud Sofu tell her, did not tell her the answer. She said, you go back and think about it. So this sentence, this statement was inside our young Master Chen Yan during that time. She was pondering and she couldn't find an answer until one day. She was at the marketplace again, because then she enlightened. She got enlightened because she was figuring out that day. She bought a lot of things, and suddenly something enlightened her mind. She said, I have decided to take upon myself the largest grocery basket under heaven, with food to feed all living beings, wisdom to nourish their minds, and love and mercy to their wounded hearts. So with this statement during that time, I believe, when I read this, I was so touched that such a young age, she can be so enlightened that she wants to serve the society, she wants to serve the world. And if we were to read the book earlier, we would not understand. But now if we look back in Sati, we have touched 126 countries, our footprints, helping all the suffering beings. So it's through our Master Chen Yan love and mercy that encompass the universe. Next, please. So there's another page that I've come across that I was wondering. it said in this way. It said that where there is sun, there are Chinese, and where there are Chinese, there are Tzu Chi members. I was wondering why. How could it be? Why is it that this writer of this book is so discriminative? But when I read again and again, and indeed it's true. When I relate it to Tzu Chi today, I joined Tzu Chi only 5 years, 4 to 5 years. So when I look back, I read again this book after I'm being commissioned, then I understand. Indeed, it's true. Now, Tzu Chi members is all over the world. We have 10 million members. And Master was telling us, teaching us that each member is an eye and a hand for Master Cheng Yen, because our master cannot travel out of Taiwan due to her genetic heart illness. So we are the disciples, the volunteers, are the one to be the eye and the hand for Master Cheng Yen, searching for those in need of love and mercy, and then giving them all out. Isn't this our Master Cheng Yen's teaching? Isn't it what Tzu Chi is doing now? We see our Tzu Chi is doing now, right? Just now we saw the video, right? They do not know how to pronounce the word Tzu Chi, but they know somewhere, somehow, somewhere out there, these people come to help them, without name, leaving a name, but they remember their uniform, blue, white, gray, white, right? So indeed, it's very true. Our Master Cheng Yen have carried on this legend, have paved the way for all of us, who believe and have faith in her, to carry on her teachings. So our Master Cheng Yen also very delicate, based her. She made a vow. I remember in this book, she made a vow and saying, Ti Chang. Ti Chang means the earth treasury store bodhisattva. Ti Chang, the guardian of earth, will keep returning to hell with all souls, when all souls are redeemed from agony, and a loving and merciful person will share the suffering of all living beings until they are delivered from pain. Our dear Master Cheng Yen had been having this vow when she was young, that she will stand in front of the gate of the hell, prevent anyone from entering the gate of hell, and she will, just like her vow is equivalent to our earth treasury bodhisattva, unless everyone is safe, she will not become a Buddha. So indeed, I think all of us have followed the right, we have found the right master, so we must cherish our Master Cheng Yen and carry on her legacy, the love and compassion, spread it all over the world. Next, please. So with the great compassion and great love, even to strangers, Master Cheng Yen was telling us, we must share compassionately, in the unhappiness of others, show our care and concern, even for people who do not know us. Isn't that what we are doing now? We are doing this. Just now we listened to the song Siti Nurhaliza. She was singing in Malay. And the song is, we are one family. And that was, it touched the hearts of so many people. We went out to help. So isn't this what we have been doing and practicing? And it have crossed religion, borders, beyond nationality. So indeed, Tzu Chi has set footprints in 126 countries in the world today. So Master Cheng Yen used to tell us this phrase, which I do not understand at all in the beginning. When others are hurt, we feel the pain. When others suffer, we feel the sorrow. I remember 4 months ago, I had this dream. These words were spoken to me near my ear. I don't know why, but I will share next time. Next, please. Okay, there is a video here. I think I have that dream because I'm not being diligent. Okay. Let's see how our compassion, love, and mercy cross borders.
We believe in the power of good deeds, good health, a good education, and modern wisdom. And from east to west, we've met many who have had a little trouble with our name.
That was the introduction to the Tai Chi Foundation. Oh no, not Tai Chi. Say it for me.
Sushi? Sushi?
Hello, Cindy. Is that Cindy?
Sese Sushi.
We've made so many friends who come from all corners of the world and all walks of life. We care about people.
Gracias, Sushi. Gracias.
Sushi? Sushi? Sushi?
Gracias a Sushi.
We care about our home, the earth.
We are Tzu Chi.
So number one, I would like to bring up the Tzu Chi Foundation. If you can please come up to the stage.
We care about those who will inherit it, our kids.
Thank you, Sushi, for helping me. 谢谢 Sushi.
我爱你。
Thank you, Sushi.
No matter who you are, where you are, or how you say our name, we are always ready to help.
Really appreciate you folks. Hello to Fuji.
Thank all you Tai Chi clinics.
谢谢 Suji. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sushi.
Thank you, Sushi Foundation.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
We are compassion. We are relief. We are the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Next. So it doesn't matter whether we can pronounce the word Suchi, but it's the feeling.
The leader of Tzu Chi
Now
Foundation
here, my last
is
slide.
Mr. Chen Yin. This is her story
In my last
and a
slide here,
portrait
that
of her humanitarian relief
my
work around
sense
the
of
globe.
horizon that I
She
used to
heads the
pick up.
Tzu Chi Foundation,
Before
the Buddhist
that,
charity group with 10
I would
million
like-
members around the world.
I would like to say
Her
that
volunteers work in
how our
areas
Master
of medicine,
Chen have been so diligent,
education, and
because
humanitarian
he
relief
has this
in
special,
Taiwan.
she has this special affinity with our venerable Grandmaster Yin Shun years back when she was rejected to be ordained, not able to have a master. So during one special encounter affinity, she met Master Yin Shun. So actually, Master Yin Shun does not take in any disciples, but for that particular day, it's the affinity that mature, looking into the eyes of each other. This book did mention, then what Master Yin Shun said when our Master Chen Yan was pleading, can you be my master? I would like to go in for the initiation. I was being thrown out because I did not have a master. So happened, so coincidentally, our Grandmaster Yin Shun was there. So he saw the pleading eyes and the affinity to say that you and I has a special affinity. Okay, you be my disciple. But remember, so our young master was so happy because she wanted to be to join the monastic, but still unable. So she was so joyous that she quickly bound to Venerable Grandmaster and say that I will do, I'll be your disciple, and likewise I will be doing for humanity, for sentience. So our dear master says that I'll keep my word. Master Chen Yan said, I'll keep my word and I'll do for humanity. So after our master, Grandmaster says that you have to work for Buddhism and for sentient beings. Just these 6 words are what our Master Chen Yan have been diligently looking out for and paving the way for all of us today. And did she have done for sentient beings? That means we have crossed so many countries, helping so many people. Her love and compassion touches everyone. For Buddhism, she have been diligently coming up every morning to give us her sermons to enrich our wisdom life. I think we all must cherish her. Next, please. So here is some slide that just now that I mentioned in one of these books. It says that Grandmaster was saying that a strong voice in my heart is telling me that it is my karma to be your master and your karma to be my disciple. So you see the special affinity between these two venerables, you know. So here, Grandmaster was saying that you must serve all living beings and enlighten Buddhism. So in short means for Buddhism, for sentient beings. And Master Cheng Yen has been humanizing Buddhism, making Buddhism in action. That's what we are doing now. All our Tzu Chi members. Next. So here, in one of the episodes here, Master Cheng Yen was saying that, you know, how hard we worked. We could only earn enough money for a few cakes and tofu. Imagine during the time they barely have food for themselves. So I remember this episode that touched me. Even though when I bring visitors in Qingzi Hall for a tour, I always tell them this story. See, they have money to buy one piece of tofu and they salted it, and that will last it for 1 month and share between the 6 disciples. This is how tough life was that time. So we should, all of us should appreciate, you know, that what we are when we join Tzu Chi now, we do not have to go through all those that journey of so hardship, you know. So like what Master says, that Master teaches the disciples and all of us, while cultivating Buddhism, a person must be patient like a camel and brave like a lion. Brave like a lion means fearlessness in passing on the right teachings of Master Cheng Yen, that is love and mercy, have all over human beings. Fearlessness and steadfastness. Next. So again, there's a very famous, Masters always tell us that under heaven, there's no one I don't love. Under heaven, there's no one I do not trust. Under heaven, there's no one I do not forgive. I believe that if we contemplate these few sentences, love, trust, and forgive, I think you'll find something enlightened during your contemplation. So like what Master says, that life is like a journey. No, we seize our time. Life is like a journey. We bought an express train at birth and hit for an unavoidable destination of death. There's birth and death. So the scenery drift by, and the only meaningful thing we can do is to be good and care for our fellow passengers that is the same carriage with us, in the same train with us. So it's telling us to be having compassion, having mindfulness for each other. Look out for each other. Next slide, please. And here, because the time is going not much time, so here is to repeat that Tzu Chi have touched footprints, have helped 126 countries wherever there is a disaster. And indeed, it's true. Master Cheng Yen is humanizing Buddhism, what Buddha have taught 2,500 years ago. And Master had promoted herself through her followers, to prove to the world Master Cheng Yen have humanized Buddhism in a way that Buddhism is a positive and active way of living, and that we Buddhists will continue with our good deeds to help the suffering beings, the suffering masses, and bring joy to all those in sorrows. This is what Master Cheng Yen has been teaching us, the kind of Buddhism that we may not realize unknowingly. Last but not least, this is a sincere aphorism. The more we give, the more we accomplish. Let us contemplate this tonight. The more we give, the more we accomplish. Is it true? I tell you, my earlier years, 3-4 years ago, I do not believe. But today, if you ask me, I can tell you 100% it's true. It changed me. Okay? Next slide. And this is here, is just a sincere aphorism that we have to garden our mind, make our mind sow it, with the right ingredients, like good gratitude, mindfulness, respect, plant those seeds inside our mind with all this. So there is this realization that dawned on me. It's my own realization. I realized that if a person throws a stone, throw a stone at me, I do not need to throw it back at him or her. I can use it as a foundation to my skyscraper in the future. Right? There will always be people who will let you down. So don't be sad. Every challenge has its purpose. I just need what do I need to do? I just need to work harder and be prepared for the next time, for the next challenge. Thank you, brother and sister, for listening. But before we end, I have a last slide here that coincide with our, here, how this book, I've been bringing this book to everywhere I go, every activity that I join. And so coincidentally, I went to this Malay family, and she was so taken. She shared with us that nobody helped her. Nobody helped her when she was calling, tolong, tolong, help me during the flood. And even now, nobody walked into her life. Until 2 days ago, we walked into her life. And today, we sent a wheelchair. And in her house, I asked her, I show her, this is our master. Our master sent us to you. And I bring my master to your house to give you the love and compassion. You are with us. Do not worry. These are the comforting words that Master taught me, that Master taught us to bring along. The next, I brought this book. I brought Master to this Malay family. This Malay gentleman, she was telling me, oh, this is a Master. Where is she? Is she Malaysian? I said, no, she's from Taiwan. So she said, let me hold the book. I want to feel her compassion over us. We are so affected by the flood, and nobody helped us. The no building was just a stone throw away, but they never come by. So you guys came and give me $1,000 cash. So I want to remember this. I told her this is Dharma Master that goes beyond religion, because it's sensitive, to go beyond religion and races. And he was willingly, she said, let me hold her. So I say, our Master Chenya is in your house. It's in your garden. So I've been bringing Master Chenya all along, wherever I go, to let the people know that this indeed is through her that I transform. And I would like you all guys, you people, to get a chance to be transformed and be loved and receive the love. You love people and people love you. And this is my short sharing here. And thank you. I believe that I can't say much because this book is very thick, and in half an hour I couldn't cover all. There are many interesting, very many interesting stories that are real, that we can think it, and learn from it and grow in wisdom in our daily life as we encounter people, matters, and issues.
Cảm ơn Sister Effie. Indeed, it's a wonderful book. I personally have read it 2 times. I think I'm going to read the 3rd time. From the snapshot that Sister have been sharing, there are so many touching stories. Really, the Master Chenyan really has been called Mother Teresa of Asia for this reason. And by just now listening to the Satu Keluarga, really touches my heart too. We all really all there, when there's need, there's a help there. Tzu Chi always the first one to be arrived. So, wow, this is really something, huh? Thank you, sister, really for your nice sharing today. And this book can be purchased our Jingsi bookshop. They actually come in Chinese as well as English, just in case anybody interested to get hold of this wonderful book. So next 2 weeks we don't have a Blossom of Wisdom, but in February 17 we have Sister Stephanie to share with us another wonderful book, short and precise, about Jingsi aphorism. please tune in. Yeah, brother, sister, I will see you then. Thank you and have a wonderful evening, everybody. Cảm ơn. Cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn.
Yeah, for those who can stay back and have some Q&A, yeah. Any
Awesome.
questions?
Awesome, Sister Happy. Cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn, Brother Jeff. It's a rush job for me.
No, it's a wonderful sharing, sister, really. Yeah.
Many valuable photos and videos I haven't seen before. Very good. Must share with us. The photos are all very priceless. These are priceless.
Priceless.
Come on.